But generally, among them, we have the Registrar of the University, Mr. Femi Ogunmoboju, University Librarian, and Dr. Adibabo Oduwole, and of course, the Bursar of the University, Mr. Semi Makide, FC. Can you give them a round of applause as we call him now? Also, we have the distinguished lecturers that are presenting, various topics to you for your own understanding, to keep you abreast of what and what you have to know about the rules and regulations of the university, the registration procedures, and so many other things you need to know. Is that clear? We'll be reciting the national anthem, the Ogun State anthem, as well the Olabisi Omajo University anthem, as soon as we come in. Is that clear? Don't worry, you get to know them. We'll teach you. It's part of the things we'll offer you. Can you give them a round of applause as they welcome the principal officers of this university, another distinguished personality, faculty, and the high. Give them a round of applause once again. Thank you very much. We only have some people of qualities among us today. We have the gate of faculty also among us today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we will be starting the national anthem, the OU anthem, and of course, the Ogun State anthem and the OU anthem. Thank you very much. Let's remain standing as we recite that. Thank you. Other distinguished personality on the high table, distinguished member of the audience, let me welcome you all to the University Orientation Program for the 2022-2023 academic session for all freshmen of this great university. Of course, it's holding at the OGB hall here, main campus, today, Tuesday, 6th of June, 2023. Please, the distinguished audience, please can we give the Vice Chancellor and the distinguished personality at the table a round of applause. Thank you very much. Just like I mentioned earlier, the Vice Chancellor is right seated here. Headman of this great university, a distinguished alumnus of this great university, just like you that will be coming later in the future. He is Professor Ayodeji AGBOOLA. And we give him a round of applause. As the Vice Chancellor of this great university, thank you very much. Next to our distinguished Vice Chancellor is another distinguished Oswald, another distinguished alumnus of this great university. He distinguished herself by coming out with first class in this university. Give her a round of applause. As I mentioned to you, Professor Abosede Olayinka, that's now for you. Thank you very much. Of course, the Deputy Vice Chancellor will be joining us now. He is Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration. Thank you very much. Also in our midst, on the right hand side of the Vice Chancellor is the Registrar of this great university, Mr. Femi Ogunwomoju. Give a round of applause. That's the custodian of rules and regulations of this university, as you will know later. At the extreme left there is the university librarian. He is Dr. Adebambo Ogunwole. That's the man in charge of the University of College in this university. Thank you very much. At the right extreme here is the exchequer of this great university, the boss, the man that signs every payment receipt you have to get in this university. He is Mr. Selim Makinde, SCA. Thank you very much. Right behind the Deputy Chancellor Academic is the Provost College of Agricultural Sciences, Professor Adewale Onosoya. Give him a round of applause. Of course, the chief organizer of today's program is the Dean Student Affairs. Give Dr. Maruf Oladimeji a good round of applause for organizing today's program. Thank you very much. Of course, other distinguished dean of this university will join us in due course. The faculty officer, like I mentioned earlier, are equally seated here while the program commences. Thank you very much. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to invite the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Ayodeji AGBOOLA, to give the opening remarks.
The principal officers of the university, provosts, deans, members of the university committee are present. My friends, men, and young ladies, don't worry, by the time we have the matriculation on the 28th of this month, we will become a fully registered and matriculated student of this university. Let me welcome you on behalf of the university management for this very important orientation program. And what it implies is that I'm just going to make you familiar with rules and regulations, what you are expected to know, what are your rights, what are your privileges, what are your obligations that are also expected of you, how you are going to go through your course registration, and those things that are also not expected of you will also be taught today. But it's also important to let you know that this university was actually established in 1982. You can see those years back now. And we opened the door for the first set of students on the 28th of January 1983, which means January 30th and Foundation Day. And you can see that right from January of this year, we'll be celebrating 48th anniversary of this great university. And at the time the university was established, we started with just 5 faculties with 325 students. But today, we are both of 13 faculties, 57 academic departments, 77 programs, all of them with accreditation. I'm also happy to inform you that in 2016, this university was ranked as the best state university in Nigeria. So we have made the right choice by coming to this university. As of today, the last memorandum ranking that we had, out of 100 universities that are assessed, we are just over 18 there. So we chose we are also there. The program of the university has been doing excellently well. If you look at all of us on the high table, we are all alumni of this university. The last time that the state government appointed 8 judges, 7 of them came from this university. So I want to say we should count ourselves lucky. 22,000 students actually pick OU. And when we screen them, those that qualify for post-UTME, 13,000 actually appeared, about 13,000 of them, and we have just a quota of 8,547 being the actual figure that we need to pick. So you can see that even out of those that are actually qualified, we still have to screen and screen and screen. So you are lucky to be one of those. Please clap, give yourself a round of applause. So in any organization where there is no rules or law that block any sanction. So for you to attain your dream and goals, what you are expected to do is very clear, and I'm very sure the registrar of the university will tell you your rights. Because once you pay your school fees and you have done your registration, then you become a bona fide student of this university, and you have some rights, and you also have some privileges within the law, and what is also expected of you with your obligations. Your registration procedures are very clear. All these will also be told, but they are all online now, and it's very simple, where the HOD will just put the curriculum online. What is expected of you is within 5 minutes for you to just go online, teach those courses, and that's all, and make sure you submit it. Again, when they give you password, the password is usually your surname, endeavor to go back there and change the password to what is unique to you alone, so that nobody can have access to your portal, right? So that nobody will go and change what you have already clicked and cause problem for you. Your welfare is also very important to us. As of today, the university has 3,000 hotel accommodation, and of course, cannot take all. Some of you will still have to stay outside the campus, but we have a very robust town and gown committee. Through your student affairs, you'll be able to get a very good accommodation that will take care of you. But please endeavor to cooperate and obey the rules and regulations of the community. It's also very important that to ensure you get, when it's time for the examination, follow the rules of the letter. Don't say, I forgot, I put my phone in my pocket, and those things will not be allowed here. And don't make an attempt to cheat. You know, you are very, very good students that will follow the rules. And there are some things that are also not expected of you. You don't join secret courts. If you do that and you are caught, you are on your way out. But that might determine your future, which is not the basis of coming here. We have sports facilities for you and educations. You enjoy yourself, and I wish you all the best as you listen to other speakers. You are welcome.
Thank you very much. Can you give a standing ovation to the Vice Chancellor of this great university? We are giving you the summary of what you are expecting today. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you for the honor. God will continue to honor you as well. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to invite the Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Maruf Olayinka. Please come forward and give the vote of thanks on behalf of the Directorate. Thank you. Mr. Francis Officer and other principal officers of the University, the provosts of colleges, the deans of faculties, the heads of departments, the faculty officers, college officers, the head of department, and lecturers and non-academics of the great university, and the entire students of Olayinka Olabanjo University. On behalf of the Directorate of Student Affairs, we want to appreciate the management team of the great university under the leadership of our amiable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ayodeji Olayinka AGBOOLA, for the work well done and for making today's program a reality. We thank you for that. And I want to specifically thank God Almighty for the opportunity given to us to make sure that this particular work and activities becomes a successful one. We praise God Almighty for that. And I want to appreciate the Directorate of ICT for projecting us. Despite the fact that we've been waiting for them. You know, without them now, we cannot do anything. And when they came, we started the work. We appreciate you. And the Directorate of Works, we've been here together since yesterday. They've been doing one thing or another to make sure that this place is absolutely suitable for us to use. We thank you. And the security unit of this university, they are also appreciated. And all other directorates that contributed one way or another to the success of this program, we want to say a very big thank you to you. And I want to specifically thank the staff, our member of the Directorate of Student Affairs, for the cooperation they've been given to me ever since I became the dean of this, the dean of Student Affairs. I want to say thank you very much. Mr. Francis, I want to say this on behalf of the entire students of this great university, that all the lectures we will be having today, we are going to make use of them to the later. I want to tell you also that we are going to follow all the rules and regulations that guide the conduct of any student in this great school. And as I said earlier, we want to say very big thank you for you and your other principal officer of this great university. Thank you very much, sir. Please, can you put your hands again together for the new student affairs? Now we have come to the end of the opening ceremony of the orientation program for the 2023 academic session. Now we are now going to the orientation session with different speakers speaking on various topics. To handle that is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic, Professor Olayinka. Give her a round of applause. Inviting the speakers for various topics. Thank you. As I hand over the microphone to her. Thank you very much.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, other principal officers of the university, our provost and deans, and other senior officers here present, we'll be going straight now into the orientation sessions. And the first speaker for today is our registrar. A round of applause for our registrar, who will be speaking to you on the topic, the university students and the community. Code of conduct, the rights, privileges, and limitations. You have a lot to gain, so you need to pay attention as I call now on the registrar. Thank you, sir.
Good morning there, freshmen. We won't be calling you great OUI yet until after matriculation, then you become OUI. Now you are still freshmen and young ladies. I hope you've been enjoying your stay since you came into the university. Don't worry, it's always tough at the beginning. You know, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. Very soon you are going to enjoy this place, and you will enjoy it. For the next 15 or 20 minutes, we are going to be talking about your conduct, your rights, your privileges, and your limitations. You are now in, the university is called a community. It is a community of people where you'll be meeting different types of people, different categories. You are all meeting, some of you are just meeting for the first time. You are from different backgrounds, different exposures. Some of you will be living in town and you'll be meeting different sets of people. So when you come newly to an environment, it is good to know how that environment operates and what is expected of you. Once again, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Olayinka University. We pride ourselves as one of the foremost state universities with a commitment to providing quality and holistic education and training. Like I said, I know the first 1 or 2 weeks could be hectic for you, trying to settle down, but once you are fully settled, I can assure you that you'll be very comfortable in this environment and you will enjoy it. I can assure you of that. So I hope you will not for any reason do anything capable of truncating the achievements of your dream and set goals, and that you will work towards the successful end of your studentship in the university. You know very well that this university is mostly non-residential. Not all of you will be able to stay on the campus here. Some of you will have to stay in town. So it is very, very important that you understand that you are living in a new environment, study the culture of the people you are going to stay with, and observe their norms, the rules and the regulations there. Indeed, caution should be your watchword, and you should obey the rules and regulations of these communities for peaceful and harmonious coexistence. The university community. The university community, or a community for that matter, is seen as a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristics in common. It is the condition of sharing or having certain attitudes and interests in common. So in this context, the university community is a community of scholars who share the common interest for teaching, learning, and research. As students of this university, you have your rights and privileges. You are seen as adults, and you will be treated as such. Even though you are students, you also have your rights and you have your privileges. So in order to be able to operate effectively towards the achievement of set goals in the university, students are entitled to some inalienable rights. Of course, also as students, you owe the university some obligations in exchange for certain privileges that the institution offers. The privilege we are going to confer on you for being a student of this university, we also expect you to reciprocate that, as it is said, to whom much is given, much is also expected. As a student of this university, some of the rights that you have are this. You have a right of membership of the university community. You can probably call yourself a great OOUite. You have a right to use that name anywhere you find yourself. You are a member of this university community. You also, as students, you have a right to receive tuition. By tuition, we mean lectures and classes in the courses for which you are paid and have been duly registered. You have a right to be examined in accordance with the approved rules and regulations governing the award of your degrees. You also have a right to be heard in accordance with the rules governing the fundamental right of freedom of speech and natural justice. You also have a right to freedom of association as approved by university laws. You should know this. You have a right for freedom of association with only organizations that are approved by the university. As the Vice Chancellor has told you earlier on, we don't allow secret calls and membership of violent associations in this university. You can associate with any group that is duly bound by the laws of the university and duly recognized by the university. So even when you are free to associate with anybody, you cannot associate with groups that are against the interest of the community, interest of the university, and the interest of the nation at large. Secret courts are in this category. You are not supposed to associate with any member or join any secret or violent group. Apart from the rights that you have, you also have some privileges. By privilege, we mean the special advantage that your being a student of this university confers on you. Some of your privileges include the privilege to use the name of the university for protecting yourself in all honest and lawful transactions through the presentation of your student's identification card. You also have the privilege to responsibly, note the word responsibly, not carelessly. You have the privilege to responsibly use university facilities to enhance the attainment of your ultimate objectives on campus. Some of these facilities include the library, the laboratories, and sporting facilities. You have the privilege to be certified at the end of your course, here only after duly satisfying your examiners and sent at every stage of the process leading to certification. You have the privilege to enjoy medical care on campus within the affordable limits of the university resources, provided that you are duly registered at the University Health Center. You also have the privilege to be assisted to secure accommodation through the Student Affairs Office, right here on the campus and perhaps within the university community too. Now, like I said earlier on, so who much is given, much is also expected. You have your rights, you have your privileges, but then you also have obligations. Once we give you all these rights and privileges, you are also obliged to reciprocate in the following way. 1, you have to strictly observe the rules and regulations governing academic programs. That is, registration for courses, as well for examinations at the appropriate and stipulated times. Failure which, without reasonable excuse, shall attract a penalty as may be determined by Senate from time to time. You will see on your portal, once you matriculate, we have the code of conduct for students. It will be displayed on your portal for you to read. It is essential for you to read this code of conduct so that you know how to behave, what is expected of you, and what you are supposed to do. Please, when you get on your portal, read all this. They are very, very important documents. There's a period for registration. There's a period to delete or add to your courses. Everything has a time frame and time limit. So people even pay for they pay their school fees, but they don't register. They assume that paying school fees is the same thing as registering for courses. All these are different things that must be done. When to pay your school fees, how to register for these courses, they must be done at the appropriate time as stipulated by Senate. Please go online to your portal at the university website and read all the things that we have there, because they will help you to settle down. In addition, you are obliged to respect and obey constituted authorities of the university. You are also obliged to treat all university properties, either provided for your use or not, with care. You know, some students, when they get in, they see stools and chairs. Instead of sitting on them, they put their legs on those things. They destroy university property. They deface the walls. They do all sorts of things that are not normally expected to do. If you do this, the university will punish you. That's expected to comport yourself reasonably and to carry yourself around as adults. Do not willfully destroy university properties. You must also abstain from doing anything whatsoever that can bring the name of the university into disrepute or embarrass its authorities. As you will know, this university will not only teach knowledge, but we also teach character. When you graduate, if you see a copy of our certificate, it states that this student has been found worthy both in knowledge and in character. A student may be very good. If he's found worthy in character, such students can be expelled from the university, not because he failed courses, but because he lacked character to be a student that is not worthy of bearing the name of Olayinka University. So bear that in mind all the time, that you represent the university wherever you are. Outside the university, wherever you are in this world, once you're a student of this university, you bear the name of the university. So you must abstain from anything that can bring the university into bad light, that maybe when they see it on social media or in the newspapers, oh, this person is from Olayinka University. If you embarrass the university or you comport yourself in a way that brings the name of the university to shame, you can be expelled because of that. You are also obliged to maintain your studentship by duly paying the prescribed fees and registering for courses till the year of graduation from the university. We have seen students who come into the university, they spend 4 years and they don't pay school fees. They just go around. They don't pay school fees, they don't register, and they don't do anything. You are obliged to do all of this to maintain your studentship of the university. You are also obliged to maintain decorum at every activity in the university. Even from the little we have seen, I'm impressed that you have comported yourself very well this morning and that you are doing very well. So you won't clap yourself. You are indeed a great group of new students that we have. Please keep it up. Apart from your obligations to the university, you also have some limitations. By limitations, it means in the context of something that holds you back, something that sets boundary to your actions. You are not free to just do anything you like. You are limited in some respects. And some of these limitations include this. You are restricted from using the name of the university for fraudulent transactions or engaging in acts capable of bringing the university into disrepute. You are also restricted from taking custody of university properties without express permission of the appropriate university authority. You are limited from engaging in any examination misconduct, such as university examination materials, live questions paper, answer scripts, are not to be found in your possession outside the examination halls. Students are not to be found with examination results that have not been approved by Senate at any time for whatever reasons. Students are not just restricted, but you are totally discouraged from engaging in examination malpractice. This can lead to expulsion or to suspension from the university. I believe you are good students and you will not engage in such. I told you earlier on that we have a code of conduct for students, and they will be placed on your portal, but I will highlight some of this code here. Go there and read. It is important that you master this code of conduct because they will guide your day-to-day living in this community. The code of conduct is a set of rules outlining the responsibilities of or proper practices for an individual party or groups. It simply means the do's and don'ts for observation by all students of the university. The code of conduct is a set of rules that generally govern how a student of the university is expected to behave or conduct his or herself during the course of his or her studentship. Some of the facts that we have in the code of conduct, some of the rules that we have there, I will highlight some of them for you now. The university expects you as students to comport yourself decently and responsibly in public places. You will notice right from the gate, we discourage indecent dressing. We expect our students to dress properly and comport themselves. So we'll check you right from the gate to what to wear and what to do in this university. We expect you to dress decently and responsibly. No student shall engage his or her fellow students or any member of the public in physical combat. If you fight on the premises or outside the premises of this university, you can be expelled for that. There are various ways of expressing grievances. If somebody upsets you, or if you feel somebody is rude, or somebody does what you don't expect him to do to you, please report to the appropriate authorities. Do not take laws into your hands. Do not engage in physical combat in any way. You can see the visuals there. Now, we also expect you to treat all staff, whether they are junior staff or they are senior staff or whatever. You must treat all junior staff, including drivers, security men, any staff for that matter. You must see them as your parents or local parents. You must treat them with dignity, with respect, and you must obey their instructions because they were duly appointed by the university to guide you. The university also expects a healthy and decent male-female relationship amongst its students. You are seen as adults and you mix with each other, but they expect you to be guided in all your actions and to be decent in your interactions. In the light of the above, we don't expect a male visitor to be in the female hostel after 10 p.m. in the evening. For those residing on the school premises, they are not to be seen inside the female hostel after 10 p.m. in the evening. And even when you live in town, you all know that now we live in dangerous times and all that. So we don't expect you to be moving around the university town or outside the campuses at late in the night. You must protect yourself and you must also be security conscious. Please make sure you are observant and you stay indoors, especially when it's getting late in the evening. We do not expect female students to wander around the places or meet or go to places after 10 p.m. in the evening on the campus, or even when they're outside. You must be security conscious. These are very, very dangerous times, and your security is of utmost importance. We also know that as adults, we do not expect you to consume liquor that abolish dreams before noon, and even when you do at any point in time, you should do so with moderation and with temperance. Any students found drunk or misbehaving under the influence of alcohol, either off or on the campus, shall be severely disciplined. Please note this: the possession or consumption of dangerous drugs is totally prohibited. Any student found contravening this regulation shall be summarily dismissed from the university. Please note this, it is very, very important. Any student found stealing shall be severely disciplined in accordance with the university regulations. Those found stealing outside the university premises may be handed over to the law enforcement agencies, and you know what that means. Please be careful. I'll talk again about improper dressing. You will see some visuals there. These are dresses that we will not allow you to wear on this campus. We expect you to dress moderately and then to be conscious of your dressing. These are just pictures showing that some of the dresses that we don't allow on this campus. You also will see some visuals there of what we expect you to wear as gentlemen and ladies. You are supposed to dress decently. You will see some of the visuals now of the way we expect you to dress and to be decent on the campus. So please, these are very, very important things that we expect you to take. Students are expected to know that the university shall deal firmly with any reported cases of violation of any aspects of this code of conduct. Finally, I once again congratulate you most heartily on your admission to the university, and also wish you all happy, successful, and satisfying.
Now we go to the next topic, and that is the concepts, purpose, and challenges of university education, to be delivered by the Dean, Faculty of Education.
Standing on the established protocol, sirs. Let me start this brief talk by lending my voice to the Vice Chancellors, welcoming you to this university and congratulating you of all the laws that apply to be student of our youth. You are the luckiest set for your own self and your generation. I say congratulations to you all. You knew what you went through before you finally got the admission, all the exams. It means that you are the luckiest set for your own generation. God bless you. What I'm going to be sharing with you this morning is, as said, the concept, purpose, and challenges of university education. In doing this, I have the following outline. 1. What is education? 2. Types of education. 3. What is university education? 4. Purpose of university education. Then challenges of university education. Recommendation and conclusion. As an educator or as an educationist, what is education? It's a broad concept it does not lend itself to any universally accepted definition. There are so many things that come under the umbrella of education, but some of them I will share with you. One, education is what brings out or what brings forth what is within you. What brings out or what brings forth what is within you. What does that mean? Education is a long life race. It starts from cradle until death. So, some authorities in the area of education has given the following submission. For instance, Socrates submitted that education means the bringing out of the ideas of universal validity which are latent in the mind of every man. Universal validity. What we call education here is what we call education globally. The purpose of education is to give you universal knowledge. Knowledge that you acquire in the 4 walls of Olayinka University and you use it anywhere you find yourself in the future is what we call education. You see that it is totality of what makes up a man. According to Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the whole world. And therefore, we believe that education is light, education is power, education is knowledge. Is that not true? Weapon you can use to change the whole world for better. The weapon you can use to develop the whole world. And I know it is your passion to be educated, your passion to be useful to yourself, to your community, to your society, has made you to be here today. That you want to go. What if not? Why are you not satisfied with your skill set? Because you want to be useful to yourself. And so it is a weapon. It's a powerful weapon which you can use to change the whole world. We use education to change people's mind, to liberate people's mind. We use education to bring out the potential that you have and be able to develop it and become responsible to yourself and to your society. According to Ayodeji, education is a powerful instrument of shape and development of the human person as well as the society. Well, in my own view, I give the following submission of what education is all about. Education enables students to acquire academic achievement they would need to interpret life situations, develop critical thinking, and make the best possible decision. Education is life as well as power. Education is passage to process, to progress. The channel you pass through to achieve, to get your dream achieved is what we call education. So it's a passage to progress. Education could be seen as the transmission of values and accumulated knowledge of the society from one generation to another. In fact, when we preach gospel of curriculum, we say curriculum through the school passes the culture to younger generation, and that is what the school does. By the time you go to school, we equip you with so many resources, leading you to know more about your culture, leading you to know more about your society, and be able to make informed decisions as far as your life situation is concerned. Whatever we give you to equip you to solve your life situation will be regarded as education. Education is a process of acquiring knowledge through study or imparting the knowledge by way of instruction or some other practical measures. That leads us to the next question. What are the types of education that we have? Basically, there are 3 types of education. Now, formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. In the formal education, that is the type you are trying to acquire. It is structured, it is graduated. You have nursery 1, nursery 2, primary 1, primary 2, JS1, JS2. They are structured because they have a body of knowledge that is governing the activities that is taking place in the 4 walls of the school. Formal education will always take place in the 4 walls of the school, and it is hierarchical in nature. It has uniform, It can be in terms of full time, it can be in terms of part time. It is subject oriented, and at the end of it all, you will be given certificate or degree, just like the one you have gone for. At the end of your stay here, either 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, with the result of your discipline, you will be given certificate that you have now been well polished to go and be preaching the gospel of your discipline. Informal education, this is more of vocational. This is more of practical. This is more of using your ability within your disability and be functional in the society. So we have practical adult learning, we have diversity in method and concept. In terms of informal education, it is not structured. You may not have body of knowledge called curriculum, but you acquire your knowledge through the experience of your leader or your teacher, and you mobilize resources around you to make use of to make best use of your situation. When we talk of non-formal, this is very long process form of education. It's learning from experience, learning from home, learning from your environment, learning from work. Here people say experience is the best teacher. Some of your parents might be technicians. They will be good in vocational activities that you see them doing all the time because they are prepared to be their children. You learn it unconsciously, and it will be useful for you in the nearest future. For instance, if your mother is a trader, anytime your mother is not around, you are in the shop holding forth for her. You learn how to sell, how to make little profit. At the end of it all, it may because you may have passion in that business and you may retire to it in the nearest future. Leaving that, we come to university education. What is university education? When you say something is university, universality, it is general, it is open. So when we are talking of university education, we are talking of university education is an institution of higher learning, providing facilities for teaching and learning, and authorized to grant academic degrees. First degree, master's degree, PhD degree. At the end of it all, at the end of your stay here, it is expected that you will be awarded BSc or BA or BSc education as the reward of your stay, as the reward of input for 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, as it may be. University is a place of teaching universal knowledge. University is a place of teaching universal knowledge. Why am I saying this? By the time you start attending your lectures, you are free to ask questions that are sensible, that are meaningful, that can make you to be unique, that can make you to say no. If I leave this country today, this education I've acquired here will make me to live well anywhere I find myself. And that is the essence. Many of our students are living this here because they have acquired universal knowledge from university. They are able to use this universal knowledge to solve their personal problem and their societal problem. Purpose of university education. 1. Production of qualified human resources. 2. Training for research career. Some of you might be having the dream of, I just want to go to the university. You may end up becoming researchers by the virtue of knowledge you acquire here. Some of you may cross the board and be on this side. When I saw this side, you may end up becoming lecturer. It depends on what you make out of your training. But the purpose of university education is also to make you responsible and be able to solve societal problems. Building the right type of teaching and learning environment, and also university education as a matter of extending life chances. Life chances. Many people make it in life because they are privileged to acquire university education. University education will change your life. It can change your dream. It can change your dream. So that is why you are here now. Make use of the opportunity you have and ensure that you are among the best in your program, irrespective of your program. Once you are the best, sky will be the beginning of your successes and your breakthrough. So I don't want everybody to feel inferior that I'm not reading medicine, I'm not reading law. You can make it with any program you are admitted for. The moment you make up your mind and you work very hard and you distinguish yourself, you can be there. It can change your life career. Now the top 5 challenges of university education. One, we will consider what are the likely challenges of the freshers, because you have left your home, you are in a new environment, and I'm happy when the lecturer was talking to you. You are in a new community where you need to understand their culture and practices and keep into it. But we cannot do without having some challenges as freshers, as undergraduates, especially many of you may be in this type of environment for the first time. You are going to have challenges. Traditionally submitted that man is born to solve problems, and the essence of life is also to solve problems. You continue to solve problems until death comes. That is life philosophy. Now, what are the common challenges of freshers in this type of our institution? One, we are trying to become residential, and we know that the facility we have now cannot accommodate all of you, especially if it is based on first come first serve. You know, we are having about 7,000 students here. Our accommodation facility cannot take all of you at the same time. So you are bound to have accommodation challenges. But that does not discourage you. There are short-time problems that you overcome with your stay in the system. Of course, non-residential, we have transportation problems. Even in residential institutions, there are transportation challenges. But I know we are trying to resolve it, and management is putting everything in place to ensure that we solve this transportation problem. We need to create awareness in you, because these are basic things that you cannot escape. And therefore, once you have gotten the full knowledge, you have the opportunity to make proactive decisions or steps in addressing it. If you have lecture for 8 o'clock and you are staying in Agowoye and you know that you have transportation challenges, you will not leave your home by 7:45 if you don't want to be late. You will have left your home by 7 a.m. That is understanding the challenges and trying to cope with it. Then you have many of you are just leaving your home for the first time. You may likely have problem of time management. I have 5 courses, I have 7 courses, how do I go? I want to attend lecture 1, I want to attend lecture 2, I want to do my assignment, where do I go to the library? What are we talking about here? He who fails to plan to fail. That is the common saying. You need to have adequate time management. Time is the only thing that we cannot bribe as human beings or as Nigerians. We cannot bribe time. 8 o'clock will be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock will be 9 o'clock. We cannot, because of you saying 8 will now be 9. I get me, but if you have adequate time management, when do I go for my lectures? When do I have my personal study time? When do I have my silent period? When do I recreate? When do I go to the library? You put pen on paper, and you follow it religiously. At the end of the day, you become good manager of time. But many of us at this age, even those of us that are adults, some of us have problem of time management, which is not good enough for us. So I'm creating this awareness so that you can. Then how do we learn effectively? I said effective study. Many of us in this era of technology, we are not willing to learn effectively. We just screenshot everything. We don't put pen on paper. After lectures, we don't go back to that lecture and look at it. Oh, I missed this gap. I missed that gap. How do I fill in the gap? Who do I discuss with? We need to develop effective study habits, because that is the only thing that can favor you, that can make you to make the desired class of degree you want to have. I want to believe that you have classes of degree there. You have first class, second class upper, second class lower, you have third class. I think that's not your portion. And of course, ordinary pass. You can't spend 4 or 5 years here and you leave the university with just ordinary pass. Labor market will reject you. Almost everybody will reject you. You went to university, and what you can make out of your university degree is just ordinary pass. And some of the positive factor is poor study habit. So please, many of you went to a private institution and secondary schools where everything is regimented for you and it has assisted you. Pick those things that are positive and apply it to yourself so that you can be a better person here. Then there is problem of interpersonal relationship. The registrar mentioned that there are so many clubs in the university environment. You have to shine your eyes and you have to make wise decisions by knowing who do you relate with, who do you interact with, who do you give your data to come and visit you at what time. We need to have healthy interpersonal relationship. As young and vibrant scholars, you are bound to interact with your people, you are bound to be humble, you are bound to respect yourself, respect your colleagues. Also, mode of your dressing is part of your interpersonal relationship. If you dress in a way that you be embarrassed, it will embarrass you. If you dress in a way that you be the way you dress will determine the way you be addressed. So all this has to do with our interpersonal relationship, and there are problems that we can resolve if we choose to have healthy lifestyle. Interpersonal relationship is very, very important. And when we talk of relationship with your classmate, relationship with your lecturer, relationship with your senior colleagues, relationship with the staff, relationship with teaching and non-teaching staff, all these are bound to be there. But it depends on you. If you are humble, they will surely welcome you. And if you are rude, some of them will give it to you. No, you don't take that from here. That is, they will remind you immediately, and that's better for you. Because if you are not connected, you may not know that you are making mistake. Then some of you may have what I call hope seed. Hey, mommy, everything mommy is doing it for you. Everything daddy is doing it for you. Now, daddy cannot see you maybe once in 2 weeks or once in a month. You need to make up your mind. At least those that are being admitted to university degree in Nigeria should be at least 16 years old. And I want to believe, I don't think we admit anybody that is less than 16 years into our university. Because that is not the law of the NUC. And at that level, you need to demonstrate high level of maturity. Mommy, I don't know I don't know where to fill my gas. Mommy, I had a exam in the night. I cannot sleep well. All these are 4-6 signs. And you have to make up your mind. You are in a new environment. You study the environment and make best use of that environment to yourself. Now, having said that, what are the recommendations to give as far as this issue of the concept, the purpose, and the challenges of university education? When we talk of recommendation, we all know that education is very, very expensive. Is that not true? But we are fond of saying that if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. You know that. But we need to resolve the challenges together. Ours is a public university, and some of our major challenges is that we don't have adequate funding, and it will go down to affect so many things. With due respect, sir, this is one of the biggest hall we have. Ideally, the hall for this type of program should be able to accommodate all the students. Are you getting me? So, which means that if you have enough funds, we will have equally built bigger hall that will take almost all the students. But what do? The stakeholders in the system, some of your parents who can end up becoming stakeholder for this university. And I know more than 55% of you that are your parents must have attended university education, and some of them may be graduates of this university. So we need to collaborate. We cannot leave funding of education to the government alone. The reality of today is that it is joint partnership that can fund education successfully in the country called Nigeria today, even up to primary, secondary, and university education. So we should have positive mindset about our short stay here. You know, you are going to be here minimum of 4 years if you are hardworking, and I believe all of us are very much hardworking. Whatever challenges you may come across during this, just have in the back of your mind, it is time frame. After 4 years, I will be out of these challenges, and that will influence your thinking. The end cannot come because you have some challenges in the system. Freshers need adequate monitoring and counseling in their new environment by the university owner. We have counseling unit in this university, and I know some of your registration procedures must have taken you to that place. If you have any issue, see your boss advisor. Feel free to work with the counseling unit. Share your view with the counselor. Will be willing to guide you. There is no problem that doesn't have solution, and that is one thing that should come to your mind. If at all you have any challenge or challenges, there must be solution to these challenges. Where do I get the solution is the next thing. Proper funding of university education. The government, the private sector, and other stakeholders in education should collaborate and ensure that adequate fund is made available for university education so as to make the teaching and learning environment conducive for both the teacher and the learners. In conclusion, I need to appreciate the management for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts and my mind on the topic we are sharing together this morning. And I want to welcome you to this university and wish you very happy stay. God bless you. Thank you.
With the permission of the chairperson of the lecture session, quickly I want to recognize the presence of the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Charles Olufemi Adikoye. Also in our midst is the Dean Faculty of Science, Professor Lawrence Adibajo. Thank you very much. And of course, the Dean Faculty of Arts, Professor Samson Dari. And of course, the last speaker, the Dean Faculty of Education, Professor Olufemi Adesanwo. Please give your round of applause. Of course, I can't go down with keep giving you names of
Thank you very much. You will notice that on the program, we have space for questions and answers. And so I want to tell you that we will take all your questions. But then we need to take the next topic now, to talk on registration procedure. And after that, we will now take questions and answers. Thank you very much. And so now I call on Dr. Ayodeji Lamina, representing the DR Academics, to give a short address on the topic registration procedure for 10 minutes, please. 10 minutes. Thank you.
My amiable Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, my Registrar, Librarian, the University Board, all of that protocol duly observed. Great students, are you not great? Well, thank you very much. Once again, let me welcome you to the university, and I congratulate you for being part of those who are here sitting down, who have secured admission into this great university. You are all welcome. Well, thank you. I am standing in for my... Well, thank you very much. The paper before us is registration procedure. And I'm standing in for my Oga, Mrs. Yetunde Ogusanwo. The paper is a paper presented by the Academic Affairs Unit of the Registry. Registration procedure. Registration procedure simply means that ways and means by which we capture our data, our information as a student in the university. And the essence of being in a university is for you to have your details being captured by the university, purposely because of today and future. The day we come, we graduate from the university. It is the record that we have on grant that we are going to rely on. Therefore, the university is very, very interested in capturing and having your information. So based on this, we are going to talk on the registration procedure. The first point of call in the university is the Academic Affairs Division. It is this division where it is mandatory for every admitted student to visit at the point of verification. And the division has 5 units. The units are admissions units, authentication units, certificate units, examination and records units, as well as MIS units. In summary, admission units is the session where your admission is being processed. The authentication unit is the session where your O-level results and other results are being authenticated. While the certificate unit is the unit which I pray at the end of your schooling here, by the time you graduate, where you are going to visit to collect your certificate. The examination and record unit is the unit that handles the issue of transcript, while the MIS units engage in the issuing of notification of results. Registration procedure is the systematic process of ensuring that candidate information are duly captured, verified, and listed by the university. I've said this before. All we are talking about is just the process of getting your full and detailed information. The registration procedure. All candidates given provisional admission by the university shall proceed with their registration as follows. These are the procedures. You have to first print out your JAMB admission letter. This is very, very important for every student. You print out your JAMB admission letter. Then candidates admitted for courses different from the course they applied for are to do change of course on JAMB website before printing their JAMB admission letter. This, I believe, most of us have done. Those of us that have been giving courses differ from what we originally applied for. And the third one is making payment of acceptance fee through the university website. After payment, the acceptance fee receipt is to be printed from the university portal. And once you have printed out these receipts, you have to fill your biodata and other necessary documents online in readiness for verification exercise. For verification exercise, there are some documents that are needed by you to be uploaded on the website for the faculty or the college officer to verify before enabling you for payment of school fees. These documents are JAMB admission letter, direct entry slip. This is for those who were coming to the university as a direct entry student. The birth certificates and the state tax clearance receipts. Once all these are uploaded, the college or the faculty officer will see, verify, and enable you for payment of school fees. Subsequently, candidates are expected to proceed to their various faculties/departments for further instruction on registration. Candidates must ensure they collect 3 files at their faculty, which are to be filled and submitted with their registration document. I know most of us here sitting down here, we must have collected those files. Don't worry, you are going to collect it. It's mandatory that you have to collect it. And once you have those files, candidates are expected to fill, or that is online, print, and subsequently sign each of the underlisted forms at the various offices stated in parentheses, where appropriate information will be given by designated officers. This is what some of you call second or third verification. All these forms are to be filled, and they have the security form, which has to be done at the security units, the library form, you have to take that to the library, the sports form, you visit the sports center, the guidance and counseling form, you visit the guidance and counseling units, the medical form, health center, and your course registration form, which you have to take to your department. Registration of courses. After you must have paid your acceptance fee, your school fees, the portal will be open for you to complete your registration form. These are forms that are going to contain the courses that you are going to do for the semester or for the session. So you have to visit the university website, log on to your profile, and click on course form. The course form page will be displayed, and you have to fill in courses listed in your faculties like department handbook to be taken for the year. Once the course registration form is filled, kindly submit online and print out copies to be signed by your respective course advisors. Please note that course registration must be done every semester or every session as you are going to have it on your profile. Name of your course advisors will be available with your college secretary or faculty officer or the head of department. Please note that you will be required to pay the technology fee before proceeding with your course registration. Registration for courses is not complete until a student has personally handed over all the completed registration form to the faculty officer or the college secretary. Please note this. Registration for courses is not complete until a student has personally handed over all the completed registration form to the college secretary or faculty officer, who shall duly acknowledge receipts, and failure to complete the registration within the prescribed period without reasonable excuse shall attract a penalty. Any student that fails to register for a course shall not be allowed to sit for any examination for that course. At the completion of signing, copies of all documents should be put in the 3 personal files previously given to you. These files are to be submitted with fixed passport photograph attached at the college or faculty after matriculation, when matriculation number must have been allocated. The matriculation number becomes your personal identification number. And note, on no account should 2 students have same matriculation number. Please note, on no account should 2 students have same matriculation number. Things to put in the 3 files that I've been given to you. Things to put there are JAMB admission letter, completed verification form, personal data form, completed oath form, completed medical form, completed counseling form, completed student affairs form, completed sport form, completed library form, completed security form, completed course form. In order for candidates to have their record duly straightened with JAMB, candidates are required to ensure the following. That is, for those that are yet to have their admission letter. 1. Properly upload your O-level result on JAMB cards. 2. If you are given course that differs from what you originally applied for in JAMB, you have to obtain a change of course. To do change of course, the 3rd one is, after you must have done the change of course, you are to continue to visit your CAPS so as to know when JAMB must have given approval, final approval, so that you print, accept and print out your admission letter. Conclusion. I want to emphasize that first students are admitted and registered by the university based on the strength of results presented by the students as authentic, and that the university has a process of authenticating the result of all students admitted from various sources. If at any stage it is established that the student has misled the university into admitting him or her by presenting fraudulent credentials, such as students will be summarily dismissed from the university. Please don't use fake documents. The academic affair is open to all students for more enquiries. You are all advised to be law-abiding and stay away from immoral acts. Once again, I want to congratulate you on your admission to Olayinka University and wish you success throughout your year in the university. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Dr. Olayinka. You all agree with me that he has taken time to explain the registration procedure because it is very, very important. Yes, payment of fee is just one aspect of your registration procedure. So if you have any question now, or you need any clarification on this topic, registration procedure, you have time to ask your questions now. And so we are going to take a few questions on the three topics that we have taken this morning. The first one, the university students and the community, code of conduct, the rights, privilege, and limitations. The second one on the concept, purpose, and challenges of university education. And then this last one now, registration procedures. So if you have any question, could you please indicate by raising your hands? Yes, raise up your hand so that I can call you. And when you come, I will call you out here. You come out here. You tell us your name, your department before you ask your question. Let me see the hands up. Okay. Yes, come out. Come out, come out. I'll just take 6. Come out. Be fast. Before 6. I'm going to take the first 6. No single female. No, please go back. Sorry, because I'm going to take at least 2 females, 4 males. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yes, you are going to take 3. Thank you, sir. And so, the 3 girls and then 3 males. Thank you. Tell us your name, your department. Then you ask your question. Don't waste time, we don't have time. Just go straight to your question after the introduction. Thank you.
My name is Olayinka from Accounts Department. The question goes to the registration stuff. So, for example, according to mine, when I was registering for Kusemi, I did a mistake in my son name. So Olayinka, so they wrote Olayinka. So before then, I have submitted my student affairs, other registration forms, and now I have did the correction at the ICT center. Now, am I to go back to the student affair, to do other registration again, or should we just put down the same name that is there?
Thank you. The next person.
My question is going directly to the registration. What happened there today? Mechanical engineering. So, on the day of my matric, I'm asked my department no, on the day I'm going to do my matric. Okay. Yeah. The day I'm going to do my matric, I'm asked to come and do my identity card form and also my medical again.
On the day of your marriage?
Yeah.
When? Have you gone and treated?
No. On the day I'm going to do it. The same day, the three things has been mixed together.
Okay, the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how can I get that one?
Okay, thank you.
After the exam, my name is Blessing, Department of Art and Ojiapu, Art and Social Science Education. My question is, after paying the technology fee, we paid our technology fee, and there are some courses that are online, like the GNS courses, and they said we have to have our LMS email and password. A lot of people are doing this, some of us, they are doing the GNS courses online, but here a lot of people, majority people have not seen their LMS email and password.
Talk about yourself.
I'm the class rep of my school science education, and I've asked them, majority, only 2 people have seen their LMS email and password. Yesterday, only 2 people did their GNS courses. Majority of us were left out.
Thank you very much. That would be our Ababa Ukwadara boxing up your chest and dress up.
My name is Adela Omiriam. I'm a pharmacy student. My question is, concerning the registration procedures, we have to submit 3 files according to what they said earlier. Those 3 files, are we going to submit it here in Ago? Since our faculty of pharmacy is here, we have to submit it in Shagam.
Please allow her to talk. Keep quiet.
Those 3 files, are you going to submit it at the faculty of science, or we are going to go to Shagam faculty of pharmacy to submit it?
Thank you very much. Now give it to Ababa Ukwadara.
Ababa Ukwadara in the Department of Geography and Regional Planning. My question goes to about the cohabitation with indigene. It happened that last week Thursday I went to church at the barber shop opposite mini campus, and while I was there came a young guy. Looking at him, I should be older than him. He called me that I should come closer to him, and I told him, "You are the one who wants to talk to me, you should approach me." Then the next thing he said was, "Sorry, and he said, I'm going to kill you here and nobody will do anything about it." And to my surprise, every other person there was not saying anything. Until he did what he did and he left.
What did he do?
He was harassing me. He was like he's going to beat me or stuff like that. Although I was not replying him because normally I'm new to the environment. Assuming it's somewhere I've been around and I know the system, I would have known what to do. But what surprised me most was people around not saying anything until he left. And then a young man approached me saying I shouldn't be angry. That shouldn't be.
Thank you. Okay, the last one.
My name is Blessing Fong. I'm a student of sociology. Blessing Lori. Yes, ma'am. I'm a student of sociology. My question goes thus: we were asked to do our lectures. So I have to ask that how do we get the lecture theaters we are meant to register our lecture? Because yesterday we were going from LX 1 to 2 to 3. almost 4 times based on we wanted to do lecture. So we want to ask that, is there any how we can get directions on where our lectures will hold so that we'll not just be working on time? Lecture hall. They did not tell us where we will find it.
Okay, you are new. Thank you. Okay. Now, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll answer some of the. I'll try to get some of the questions and answer them. The first point about the lecture halls, knowing where like you are new indeed, and those will be it's noted. The lecture halls have been stated there, but then we assume that you will find it where the lectures are. Now it appears the wrong assumption. Then, so you can't hear me, but you are replying. If you can't hear me, how can you reply? All right, so the most important thing is that after today, we are still going to have orientation at the department and also at the faculty. Some of these questions, they will answer you at the department and the faculty. They will describe for you in detail how to get there. Now, for the young man there that asked about that was being harassed, I like the way he comported himself. As students, you will always get those kind of pressure. Once they know you are new, they will try to harass you, they will try to put you into situations because they want to play on the being a new, please, as much as possible, don't engage in physical combat and don't succumb to pressure. About the ICT now, they are going to display some email addresses to you, including Student Affairs Office, including the security unit too, and some of the phone numbers. They will display the emails first. By tomorrow, when we then get to the department, they will give you phone numbers of the security unit and some officers in the student affairs unit. These people are within your reach. Please call them when you have issues. Take numbers of your faculty officer too. Take numbers of the security officer, your HOD, and then your class rep too. Form into groups, and have a class rep so that you can contact people when you are in difficulty. Those people will help you. And then the emails you have them to, you can send emails to me directly. I will reply you. You can send to the VC or to the DVC there. Any of us, we check our emails daily, all the time. So you can be sure that you get responses and you know how to do. Please, don't engage in physical combat with anybody. The best rule is walk away when you are in that kind of situation and make sure you report to the appropriate authorities as much as possible. The DVC will answer some of the other questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Registrar. Yes, the best way, you don't exchange words and you just walk away and call. The Dean of Student Affairs is on call 24/7. You can call him 12 midnight, 1 a.m. Don't hesitate at all. The Chief Security Officer, the CSO, the same thing. I mean it. 12 a.m., 1 a.m., you can call them. They will respond immediately. So they will look at it there. You have their phone numbers and you have access to them any time of the day. But like the registrar said, do not exchange words or engage in any combat with any one of them. Thank you very much. Now, on the issue of registration procedure, I give the mic to Dr. Lamina.
Thank you, ma'am. Oladipupo Taiwo, you based your question on the wrong name. Oladipupo Taiwo, yes. It happens at times during the registration process for post-UTME. candidates at times put down wrong registration number. But I want you to relax. There is no problem because the university will surely put in your correct name. By the time you'll be having your matriculation number, your correct name will be in front of the number, the name that you are considering not to be correct. So if after the matriculation you still have wrong name, then you will have to come to the admission office. But I'm sure, surely there won't be wrong name after you must have been given your matric number. Another question, based on the 3 files. The question then was, are we submitting the 3 files in a go? The 3 files are to be submitted. Once you take it to your faculty or your college, the college officer or the faculty officer will look at the 3 files, we collect from you, and distribute appropriately. So, for those of you that are in pharmacy and medicine or outside this campus, your officers will be around to collect the files from you. Thank you.
When you talk about LMST, I can assure you from tomorrow, everybody will have captured on Teams. They've done it, some have not seen, but I'm very sure that latest by the end of today, you all have your passport on Teams. So you can use it to enter. You know that when we started last week, we made use of Google Meet, and then we transformed from them back to our teams. In this university, we have what we call the live event of Microsoft Teams that will allow thousands of students to be attended to the same time. So don't worry yourself being at class. Just rest of mind. By next week, Monday, all of you will be accommodated in our live event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And on the issue of the clash between your capturing for ID card and the matriculation event, you can be sure that nothing else will take place during the matriculation. And so if your capturing will still be on that day, it will be after the matric. Thank you very much. And on the issue of classrooms and all that, even if I take time to describe those lecture theaters, their locations now, you will not still get it. So make sure that you attend the departmental orientation on Wednesday. Make sure you are there. You are going to have departmental orientation on Wednesday between 8:30 and 12:30. Ensure that you attend. They will address all the issues of venue of lectures. And also, on the same Wednesday, you have your faculty orientation. So all those other issues about location of your lecture halls and all that will be addressed at the departmental orientation program. Thank you very much. So we move on now to the next item, and that is student. The Vice Chancellor and the other principal officers need to attend to some other things. Give a round of applause and they take their university system. The student affairs will address us on the student welfare services in the university system. But we have 10 minutes, sir. 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Are you sure? Yeah, good morning once again. You know, we told you earlier on that you cannot be addressed as a student yet. And that is why when the registrar was giving you an address, he said, friends, men and women. And you become a student of this school after your matriculations. It is believed that once you have not been given matriculation number, you are not a student yet. But I believe before the end of this month, you become a bona fide member of this great university. Well, I have just little thing to talk for 10 minutes, and that is student welfare services in the university system. And the issue of welfare in any other institution of learning, be it university, polytechnic, or colleges of education, is are those services or procedure that whose purpose is actually to motivate, to maintain, and help enhance physical, social, and intellectual well-being of the students. What does that one supposed to mean? What that one is telling us is that when you're talking about the student welfare in a particular university or colleges of education, we are saying that what are those things that the students of that particular institution need to enjoy at that particular point in time. And we are now saying that the administration of these programs just have to do what? The administration of those particular programs actually borders on the number of persons. It borders the number of persons or administration or activities that actually administered through a number of governmental programs and university governing policies. Now, this is actually coordinated by the Student Affairs Division of a particular university. And as rightly said, this welfare provision within the school can be divided into two. We have support services. And what are these support services? The support services are where that has to do with people you can actually talk to for help. That when you have a particular problem, those people you can actually go to. That when you get to them, the solution to your problem can easily be fashioned out. And the other one is actually the personal development program, and this is actually developed or designed to help students define effective coping strategy. Believing that a student at a particular point in time will have one problem or the other, and the strategy or techniques or method that can be used so that problem can actually be resolved at that particular point in time is also the part of the second division of welfare provision within the university. And when you're talking about these student welfare services, what are they actually contain, or what are they comprises of? It comprises of the accommodation, and rightly pointed out by the Vice Chancellor when it was delivering his own speech, that as of today, the university at legal stage is supposed to be non-residential, but due to the fact that the management of this university, they look at it that the welfare of the students is paramount to them, and as a result of that, they just have to find a way of providing accommodation to some set of students, meaning that they are now changing it from non-residential institution to a residential one. And as I'm speaking with you, we have 4 hostels in this university, at this PS, at the permanent site. 2 are for the university and 2 are for private owners. And I want to tell you, without missing word, that in a couple of months, the Central Bank of Nigeria, in conjunction with the state government, they promised to give us 16,000 bed space of accommodation. And I believe with 16,000 bed space, the problem of accommodation in this school will be the thing of the past. And apart from that, we also have counseling. That is why you are able to, that you have to go to counseling units to do some registration, so that you're able to familiarize yourself with that area. That when you get to counseling area, once you get to counseling office to do your to sign your clearance, then by then you will have at least familiar yourself with the activities in that area. There are so many type of counseling that when you get there, then all those things will be actually explained to you. We also have career information, support from tutor, course information, student journalism, bursary awards, scholarship, degree of marketability, and transportation. All these things we actually resolve in the next, we also be discussed in the next 2 or 3 minutes. And also, people to see again that the progress and high academic outcome of in a particular university or any higher institution of learning actually depends on the provision of welfare services and service delivery in that school. What am I talking about? That when there is adequate provision of welfare services and service delivery in a particular university, then the pay that is going to be paid in that university, that is going to be programmed in that university, and the academic aspect in that university will be very high. And aside that, the student welfare services is an institutional day-to-day operation which actually assists in the day-to-day running of the institution. And what we are saying that the failure of this, since we said that the student welfare services is day-to-day operation, and we are saying that this student welfare services actually provide students with knowledge of how to maneuver themselves to improve their academic performance within the school. We are now saying that if all these things are missing, that if all these things are not available, that is going to actually lead to student unrest, it's going to lead to protest. And I told you, the students at the particular point in time, they can go on rampage. The rampage is a result of the fact that what is supposed to get at that particular point in time were not actually given to them. You know, when you are comfortable at your own area, you're not even thinking of do what or go on rampage. It is only when there's a problem that you'll be thinking of finding solution to that problem. And when you are finding solution to that problem, then you can now be thinking, what are those solutions you want to find to the problem that you got at that particular point in time. And that is why the student unrest at times, the program disruptions and violence actually emanated as a result of insufficient student welfare services within the school, within or outside the school. Then what are the causes of student or welfare problem? We have lack or shortage of basic amenities. What are these? Basic amenities. You're able to see that an average human being prefer to enjoy. They prefer enjoyment than suffering. And that is why the economy will say that human beings are very rational. Because if I ask you to pick one from enjoyment and stubbornness, I believe 100% of those of us in this hall will pick enjoyment, isn't it? But we are now saying that when those things that can make you to enjoy is not sufficient, then that causes problem to the welfareism in terms of students. And also, the inadequate hostel accommodation is also a problem. As of today, I was at hostel. I took some people there and also to see what is going on there. And I was told that our hostel is full, and there's no way they can even accommodate anybody again. And still, there are a lot of students that want to be accommodated within the school premises. And there's no accommodation to do what? There's no accommodation for them as of today. But I'm telling you that the Central Bank of Nigeria has already pointed out, and this was also restated at our last convocation when the governor Ayodeji addressed the entire populace that there is provision for 16,000 bed space, which I believe in a couple of months that one they are going to start that. Also, unsatisfactory supply of food and catering services, because of the fact that some of us, where we actually came from, the type of food we ate in that place is different from the one we are having our motion grant, and you believe with that, oh, this food is not provided enough for a good catering services for you, but it's actually depend on the family background. And also we have overcrowded lecture hall and hostel, and that's overcrowded hall, that's has been the thing of the past. I want to believe during the period of the last regime, the total number of students that can be in a class is, in fact, he mandated it that the maximum should be 100, maximum maybe between 100 and 110, and the reason being that so that everybody in that class be able to enjoy what that lecturer is saying at that particular point in time. I also lack of financial aid and poor sanitary conditions, and this actually tend to make student campus life and experience a very traumatic one. And apart from that, we're able to see that it should be noted that students studying under that abnormal condition, that is, it is believed that those students studying under that particular condition, they tend to lose sleep, they tend to lose concentration, and also as a result of this, they may behave in an abnormal way. You understand? That when you say somebody is behaving in an abnormal way, behaving in an abnormal way, you can tag it as abnormal if it's doing something contrary to the rules and regulations of the university. And you can see that some of your behaviors are told that you thought that you are doing it in the right way. But when you get to another environment, you find out that the way what you thought is good or is right is not actually good or right when you get to another place. So you have to look at those ones. And also, life in the university is actually expected to be relatively comfortable and satisfactory for students to develop their potential psychologically, socially, politically, mentally, and professionally. But that is what it's supposed to be. But if it turns otherwise, it creates or it becomes a problem. And the school life satisfaction, therefore, is a major phenomenon in institutional management. Then, having done that, what are the relationships between hostel accommodation? You know, I told you that though we can talk about this without talking about hostel accommodation, without talking about security services and medical services. And is there any relationship between hostel accommodation services and school life satisfaction? And you see, we keep on talking about hotel accommodation, and we said when there is adequate provision of this hostel accommodation, that the students tend to learn fast. And a lot of scholars actually work on this, and they found out that there are strong positive and significant relationship between hostel accommodation services and school life satisfaction. And what about the security services and school life satisfaction of students? And there is a moderate, positive, and significant relationship between security services and school life satisfaction. What about the medical? There is moderate, positive, and significant relationship between the medical services and what? And the school life satisfaction. All this one. Okay. Now, let me quickly move on to the student welfare in the school. And as I said, our student welfare policy is committed to one, your welfare is paramount to us, and all the students have equal opportunity regardless of what their ability, religion, culture, gender, sexuality, by ethnics. And we also look at it that the students actually develop responsibility for themselves and for others within the environment. And also all students, irrespective of their age, culture, disability, gender, language, racial origin, religion, belief, that they also have the right to be protected from any form of abuse. And we also raise awareness on student protection issues. Like rightly pointed out, somebody that said was 30, please, you are feel free to see me after this orientation, maybe tomorrow, so that you lodge an official complaint and we take it up from that place. Don't let me deceive you. All the police officers, either Agor, all those all their number, the details, their number with me. Even at 1 a.m., I can easily call them and they respond to your problem at the particular point in time. What are the support services in the OU orientation program? The one we are doing now is part of the support services in OU. What of bursary facility is also the scholarship award, work and study, and that work and study is now under the directorate of innovation and entrepreneurship. They are free to go there. I will not forget to tell you, we also have free farmland to farm, free farmland. So let's look at all these farm. If you want to farm, you want to practice agriculture, come, we are going to make provision. We are going to make provision for land for you so that at free of charge, they are not going to pay ₦1 to the school authority. And we also have free or subsidized legal services. If you have problem with somebody outside and it's in terms of legal, and you don't have money, we are free to contact the school. Provided it's legal, we are going to assist in terms of that. And also traveling link, you want to travel out, and we are not looking at it that you want to gather. By so doing, you can easily do what you can also be a link to that. And on the aspect of student matter, we also engage ourselves in that. In terms of education, regulation of education, and so on and so forth, we do all those things. Although there's nothing that have advantages without disadvantages. We also have a lot of room for improvement. And I want to tell you, most of these things, we thank God in this school, we have been having those, our security challenges in this university is very, very minimal. You see, at times you can be moving around, you can just see some CCTVs all over the places. And also, you can see drone again. At times you can just be seeing people, maybe you crowded together, you can just see 1 or 2 persons, you can just look up, you see drone moving around, they are just monitoring you. Meaning that if you done anything wrong, the person in his office will know. And before you know it, you see some security officer in your place. How did they know? They get it down through the drones. So please, you just have to be very careful. And I want to conclude by saying that many of us in Nigeria witnessed incidents of strike and violent protests due to what? Due to their dissatisfaction. And this dissatisfaction brought about what? The problem with provision of welfare services in the school. So, friends, men and women, as I said, if you have any problem as far as the student activity is concerned, you are free to contact the student affairs so that you'll be able to help you out. Thank you.
Let's give it to our director. A round of applause. Yes. That is the Dean of Student Affairs. He's there for you 24/7. Yes, he's ready to listen, he's ready to attend to you, he's ready to even come to the town immediately to address people who want to harass you. So feel free anytime to call him. I'll just keep your questions for now. We are going to take the next item there before we now take questions. And so I call on the university librarian, Dr. Mrs. Adekumisi, representing the university librarian. She will be talking to us on the importance of library services. Thank you, ma'am. 10 minutes, ma'am.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, other principal officers of the university, the deans of faculties, heads of departments, members of the high table, newly admitted undergraduate students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the University Librarian, Dr. AGBOOLA, I welcome each one of you students into this great citadel of learning, and to equally congratulate you on your admission into the institution. The focus of this orientation is to familiarize you with the library, its resources, services, and facilities. So in this wise, I'm going to talk on the importance of library services to the undergraduate students, and it is being handled by my very self and Mr. B.F. Ihanshu. Now, the Olayinka Onabanjo University Library is that unit of the university that supports the curriculum, that is the stated academic content you are expected to undergo right from 100 level to 400 level, possibly 500 level in the case of agricultural sciences students, architecture, pharmacy, then 7 years in the case of medical sciences students. So the essence of the library is to support the curriculum, the teaching, research, and learning activities and needs of the students, the lecturers, teachers, and other members of the academic community. The library is essentially a collection of print and electronic collections that are selected, acquired, organized, preserved, and disseminated to meet your educational needs, information, research, and recreational needs of the students. And now to the importance of the university library services. The university library, as a repository of knowledge, provides textbooks, dictionaries, encyclopedias, journals, guides, manuals, and so on in different formats. We have it in the print format and in the electronic format. And they contain information which you might not be able to access on the internet. They are unique because they are highly relevant to your studies. So apart from the academic information resources, the library also has cultural resources, cultural information resources, which helps you improve your knowledge about the culture or the cultural heritage and arts of the community in which you belong to, and other communities, and even outside, and even communities outside the country. So the library has so many things in stock for you, provided you make use of the library. It provides a conducive reading environment, allow private study, and create a sense of calm. The library is set to improve your research skills. I mean research skills, we have so many resources in the library. So the staffs are available to put you around the resources, how you can access the resources, so that when you are giving assignments or projects, you'll be able to do it on your own. Not that you go to motion ground, you go to people that will assist you. The library is there to assist you to single-handedly do your assignments, so that you become a full-fledged student, you become an information literate student. You don't have to contract your assignments, projects, or whatever you are giving to other students. So the library sparks your creativity and thinking skills. By the time you come to the library, you make use of different resources. It improves your thinking. Apart from developing you intellectually, it improves your ability to think properly, so that you achieve your aim. So the library supports your learning activities and improve your grade point average. If you make use of the library, we have so many resources that have been organized for your needs. The Olayinka Onabanjo University Library, we run a multi-campus system. And by virtue of that, in each of the campus, there is a library. So as you're having library on the main campus, at Shagam campus, there is also a library that serves the students in those faculty, pharmacy and medical sciences at Shagam. The law library for the law students, the Oaks Library, that is Obafemi Awolowo College of Health Sciences, which is meant for students offering pharmacy and medical sciences, and the basic medical sciences. So also at AGBOOLA, a library is there. At College of Agricultural Sciences, the library is also there for you. Then we have faculty libraries. Faculty of Management Sciences Library, Social Sciences, Arts and Faculty of Science Library. But for now, for your 100 level, you are still on the main campus. So you are expected to make use of the main library. Is that okay? So by the time you go to 100 level, especially those going to Ayodeji, Shagam, there you make use of the libraries over there. But before you can make use of the library, you have to register. When you register, that is when you become a member of the library. You can make use of the library without any stress. And to register for the library, you come with 2 passport photographs, photocopy of your school receipt and matric number. So after the matriculation number, you must have been given your matric number. So after that, you come to the library for your registration with 2 passport photographs and photocopy of your school receipt, upon which you will be given admission and borrower's ticket, which will allow you to make use of the library and can as well borrow books. Once you register, you'll be given a library card, and the card allows you to borrow books, your borrowing privileges. So you are expected to borrow books, and you can borrow up to 2 books at a time for 2 weeks, for a duration of 2 weeks. The working hours of the library is stated as indicated Monday to Friday, 8 to 6. The library also has different resources and collections to satisfy your academic needs, and they are as stated. We have different sections of the library. We have the circulation section, the reference, the technical services division of the library, the reading rooms. So also the reprographic rooms, where you can find, if you have textbooks and they are torn or damaged, you are free to make use of the primary units of the library. The serial section is also there for you. Now, to the library rules and regulations. And some of the rule is that food and drinks are not allowed in the library. And there must be silence always. The other time I was talking, I made food and drinks are not allowed in the library. You know the food, if you eat in the library, there is no way some part of it might drop on the floor. And it will attract insects and rats into the library. Is that okay? And they can feed on those books, they destroy the books. So that is why students are not allowed to bring in food and drinks into the library to prevent rats and other insects from damaging the books. So also silence. Silence is to be maintained in the library. There should be silence in the library so that you don't disturb your fellow students. The other time I was talking, I made mention of the print and electronic resources. And I'm giving you some examples of those resources. Now I'm going to the electronic resources, which will be handled by Mr. Franklin here in the
wish to continue this discussion standing on existing protocol. For most of you seated here, if you were not informed or briefed, it's possible that you could finish your tenure from this institution without consulting the library. Do you know why? Because there are something or some things you have in your hands at home that could be a deception. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know? Thank God you know. I didn't hear you well. I thought you said phone. Your phones, your smartphones. It could be a deception from utilizing the library. Most of you have been deceived by terms like Google it. Have you had such thing before? So you feel that Google is not the library. But Google is not the library. So please listen carefully, because this aspect affects you right now, and if it's not well handled, you would miss the concept of the library. To fill this gap, the library introduced the electronic library, which some of you could call a virtual library, an e-library, a digital library, or whatever nomenclature you might use for it. But this e-library is important because we have to move with technology. So what have we done? The library has been brought down to your palms. So what do you do to access the library? Please, can you figure that URL for them to see? Next slide. Good. Please, can you take down this URL? We'll call it a mail address, a web address. Can you take it down quickly? A smart person could quickly type that on the phone right away. Can you type that on your phone? Wherever you have the network now or not, but please take it down. That is a link, your connection, your way or gateway to access the OOU library online. And once you access the OOU library online, this is what you'll get. It will bring you to this homepage. On that homepage, you have access to study other resources about the library. Whatever that have been discussed about the library, the other units of the library, the collections of the library can be accessed through this URL. Now, once you're on this page, it means you're visiting the library. So if someone asks you whether you're an active user of the library and you can always hit this page, what would you say? Yes. Now, please take it back. Take it back. From this page, did you notice on the left, on the right-hand panel, you see a login unit. Now, what do you do to log into the library? Because getting to this page is not enough. For you to log into the library, currently, if you have paid your school fee, you use your JAMB registration number and the password. So by default, it's your surname. And you log in as newly admitted students. And you will quickly log into this site. Immediately after your matriculation, that JAMB registration number becomes void. That is, you can no longer use it. Now, what will you use to log into this site? You now use your matric number as your username and then use your password. Interestingly, ICT have unified with the library to do something very unique for you. Once you use the same username and password you use to log in, to make payments into your portal, that is the same username and password you use to log in into this portal. So it will not be a case of, I've forgotten my username for the library. I've forgotten my password for the library. No, that will no longer exist. Are we on the same page up to this point? Good. Now what comes next? Once you log in, you will open to access the resources of the library. Our e-resources comes in practice of e-journals and e-books. At the 100 level, you will be induced to use more of books than journals. By the time you get to your 300 level, 400 level and upward, you'll be induced to use more of journals, because at that time, you'll be presenting seminars and thereafter your projects. But we'll not talk into that now because this is not the forum for that. But we'll advise you. Most of you here are going to be class reps. Initiate your group, your level, to ensure that you get library education. Of course, what do? You can visit the library and of course, discuss with the Reader Services Librarian, which is Dr. Dekris, who just made the presentation to you now, that you would want to have tutorials on the use of library resources. An arrangement will be made for that. The other way around, you can write a letter to your head of the department to the librarian that you want such training. But I'm sure after this orientation, there will be faculty-based orientations too. So during your faculty-based orientations, you'll be taught in depth how you can use these websites for your research and studies. Now when you get to ebook, you're going to see the e-library, and I want to speak something about that. You know, people get discouraged when they cannot take something out of the library or out for themselves and keep it for further use. Well, what we have done is there's an agreement between the library and the e-library, which is the e-book solution that we are currently using for online book services. So what do? They make it possible for you to read some books online or download part of this book, maybe chapter 1, chapter 2 for today. If you come back the second day or another week and they track your usage. So what they now do is, okay, you accessed chapter 1 last time, they give you chapter 2, chapter 5, or chapter 4 for this time, and like that. Then there are books that they can allow you to download the whole book. And for you to access that book, there's a digital PDF system that you have to install on your phone or any other resources so that it will give you access to further use. But in the library, that is why it is important that you visit the library also. In the library, we have access to thousands of collections of e-books in our local server. And now, what does this do? It can be configured in such a way that as you sit in each of the terminals in the library, you can access this e-book. You can see them on a home page. You can read those books from the desktop there, or you can download each of these books to your portable device, that is your phone or any other device, and then you can read those books at your convenience. So you can see that the library is really ready for you, is it not? But you can only enjoy this if you visit the library. So please, can you take it to the last page where you can have contact of individuals you can meet if they have issue on the use of the library. Please, can you take it to the last page, please? Last slide. That's not the last slide. Last slide, please. So that they can copy the contact. Good. So please, can you take down this contact? You can always consult these persons whenever you have issues on your use of the library, our online resources, getting access to physical books in the library, and what have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And so I'm sure you have learned so much, and that is why deliberately we gave library more than 10 minutes, because it is so central to all that you have to do in the university, the importance of library services. Very, very important. So now we are going to take some questions, a few questions on the importance of library services and student welfare services in the university system. If you have questions, please, could you please indicate by raising your hand? Questions. The importance of the library, and then the university services. Your hands up. Do you have any questions? Okay, yes, please come out. Yes, thank you. Any other hand up there? Yes. Okay. Sorry. Please, you need to tell us your name, your department, and then you ask your question.
My name is Oluwaga. I'm from the law department. My question is, there was I think he commented on the work study program, which we actually saw in our group. But he said we had to go to a particular place to indicate interest or something. He spoke about the bursary, the scholarship, but he didn't really say too much about it. Yes. So I just want to know more.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Augustine Gift. Seriously, I don't know my department. I don't know my department. Yes. The reason is, I don't think let me talk. That's the reason why I come out here. The reason, I was giving psychology as a course of study. And when I went for registration, the man told me that I cannot offer psychology because I did not do biology while I was in secondary school. So he said that I will change it to mass communication. So since then, since 3 weeks now, they've not changed anything on my portal. I cannot do my biodata, I cannot do counseling, I cannot do all of that. I'm just running all around the school. And the other day, I went to the man's office. I paid my school fees, so I have my matric number. So, yes. So whenever I want to log into my portal, I do use my matric number. Yes, my registration number. So I went to that man, the one that registered me, and he said that it's like I don't have understanding. So since then, I've been feeling this weary, I've been feeling kind of burdened, I don't know where to go. I cannot go to psychology, partner, I cannot go to mass communication, I'm just in school. And I told them everything that I could do, did not do anything. And my last question is, a lot of my colleagues have been coming to me, asking that are we the part-time student going to serve? I told them I don't know anything about it. Where by the grace of God, we will. And if we did not do, at least we will try and leave the school with excellence and greatness.
Are you a part-time student? You are part-time. But what's the name again?
Augustine Gifts.
Augustine Gifts, okay. See me in my office today. Next question, please.
My name is Ezekiel from Mathematics Department. My name is Ezekiel from Mathematics Department. Firstly, thank you for thank you sir for the library. Sir, all this, sir, the library, just like you explain now, how to access it, because when we find the school policies, to access this, to access anything online is always difficult. Ghana is starting off, and this life is something is a good something more. You can still do that in our various departments and connect it for the network, sir.
What's the question?
The question is the network.
What happened to
access any of the library?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
ask those questions now.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. For that guy that asked about work study and bursary. Formally, the work study is under the affairs of Directorate of General Nigeria GNS Studies. GNS. But now, it is now with Directorate of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And I want to tell you that there's a link that you have to follow. But as 100-level students, you are not entitled to this work study, bursary, or scholarship as far as 100-level is concerned. Because as far as, since you are in 100-level, you don't have matriculation number yet. Are you getting what I'm saying? And for you to apply for anything, you must have matriculation number. And secondly, you will be a student of this school. And once you are not matriculated, you are not a student of this school. Can you now see this why 100-level cannot benefit from all those things? You understand? But and also there is no you don't have CGPA because GPA for first semester, but when you have first and second semester together become cumulative CGPA and cumulative GPA. Once you don't have that, you are not entitled to this. That is why we are saying that for you to benefit all this, it has to be from 200 level up. Do you understand? Do you understand? And for the bursary, by the grace of God, when the Ogun State government usually come up with that, and what they come up with that is it will be well known to everybody. Is that okay? Apart from that, we still have some bursary outside. Some set of organization will come into the university that they want or they need they want to sponsor some people. And when those one comes, then we give it out to students, not to lecturers, to students. So that's why I said it is the functions of the Directorate of Student Affairs to take care of all this. Is that okay? Hope you are clear with that. Thank you.
Now to the question on network about accessing the. Is that okay? So let me demonstrate for you now. Please be attentive. Please look up, look at the slides being shown. Now we are now at the Olabisi Onabanjo University. You know, you can access the library physically and you can access it electronically. Now we want to access the library electronically. Is that okay? So you are now in the Olabisi Onabanjo University Library. If you get to the library, that is what you will see over there. So we want to access the library electronically. So on your phone now, I want you to demonstrate. Type library.ou.agororo. No network, okay, accepted. Now follow what is being shown, what is being demonstrated on the slide. Hello. So let's assume you type the library.ou.agororo. Is that okay? .edu.ng. So let's assume you type it. When you type it, that is the page it will take you to. Are you listening? Are you with me? Okay. So now go to stay down. Yes. Can you see where it is? The icon that is being clicked on now. Electronic resources. So you click on that icon, electronic resources. move down. I'm doing as if you are using your phone. So you scroll down now. Can you see that login information? So type your matric number. You are yet to have your matric number. So that means you can't access it for now until after your matric. So once after your matric, once you have your matric number, you log in with your matric number. Is that okay? Matric number, then password. Matric number is the username. And the password is your surname. Your surname is the password. All in small letter. Then you log in as newly admitted student. You see that there is newly admitted students, returning students, postgraduate students, staff. So you are a newly admitted student. So you click on newly admitted students. Once you click on it, it will take you can see it. Olabisi Onabanjo. Yes, you are now in the library. Yes, can you see e-books collections? So let's assume you want a textbook on chemistry. Let's assume you need a textbook. You'll be giving, your chemistry lecturer has given you an assignment to go and read so. Is that okay? So you want a chemistry textbook. So it is being demonstrated. Please look up. Chemistry. Type chemistry. You know the other side I said your chemistry lecturer, let's say chemistry 101 has given you an assignment which require making use of some textbooks. You can make use of chemistry textbook, the print book, the physical textbooks. But if you are unable to come to the library, you can still make use of the electronic resources to get the information you need. So by typing chemistry now, see the number of results, see the number of information the single click has retrieved is 61,659 chemistry textbooks. Is that okay? So you can click on each one of them. Each of the books are downloadable. Is that okay? Each of the books, you can download it on your phone or on your laptop and read it. If you like, you can print it out. Is that okay? Is that okay? Any question? Yes.
Please, just permit me to add something here. Those of you that go to Google cannot help you because you see this virtual library, the materials you have there, the resources, they are already, linked to each course, such that you don't have to be sieving through what you find on Google. For example, if it is Google, they can create billions of documents for you, and that will waste your time. But the library, these are the tools that you need. So don't go to Google to be searching for anything. Each course, at least you have 5,000 resources that are linked to each course. I hope you understand. So please don't tell your colleagues
don't go to Google to go and look for document. Use the university virtual library. All the resources are custom made for each course. I hope you understand me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just as I have said the other time that the university provides unique resources. Unique resources. So just as the vice chancellor has said, you don't need to Google it. Don't go to Google. Come to the university library. You have the username, you have the password. It's just for you to access it. Is that okay? And you can access the library from wherever you are, whether you are within Nigeria or outside Nigeria. You can access the library. Is that okay? And the resources are bulky and very relevant and very recent. If there is time, I would have checked. It's in 2023 textbooks, which you can use to have current information to satisfy your academic needs, which will accumulate into improving your GPA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And so you have all it takes for you to succeed and excel in this university. So please make good use of these resources. You have them. And I hope you will be wise. Thank you very much. And so we move on now to the next item, which is ICT facilities and usage. Just like the library is so important, so also is the issue of ICT facilities. So please listen attentively as I call the acting director, ICT.
Good afternoon, the DPC academics, the DPC admin, university librarian, and other people of staff. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ayodeji. I want to talk on ICT. That is the more or less the backbone of the university presently, and the foundation of this university presently. That is why I want you to sit down. Please sit down and listen attentively. When you are coming to this university, we observe that we didn't start selling form around for you that come and buy form, come and buy this thing like we used to do in olden days. We advertise online and then we attract close to 25,000 candidates with the power of information technology. So that we call you for the pursuit hearing that you came for, and everything was done through the CBT. But now we have moved you from pursuit hearing portal. You know, we have many portals running in this university, which I'm going to mention a few of it. We have moved you from the pursuit hearing portal to university portal. I think you noticed that you are not using the former portal you are using before. That you have another portal now. That is the university portal. At least you are moving towards your matriculation. That's the meaning. By the grace of God, as the vice chancellor said, this month 25th will be matriculated. But I want to take notes of some things. Your password is very, very important to you. Because university portal is linked to many portals. Example, one of it is a library portal. What you have as your own student portal is what you can use to access other portals. But your password is germane. You know we have said it. Your password is your surname. It means if I know your surname, I can log into your portal. Is it not? That is the reason why the Vice Chancellor said it's advisable for you to change your password. From my experience, we have many students that maybe I can't go there. It's what we call wickedness. They will just go to your portal, remove your courses, add another course that you don't even have anything to do with, then you have problem. Maybe towards the exam, maybe when the exam is going to start, maybe next week, they will remove your courses for you. That is why, please change your password and don't give your password to anybody. Don't just give your password to anybody, especially people at the motion grant. Some of you go to motion grant and say, please help me to fill my course registration, help me to pay my this thing, and they can do and not do because they are doing business and they can do business with you. If you want to, let me just give you an example of a very strong password. Today is what date? If you want to do your password, I'm just giving an example, okay? Maybe your birthday is 6th of June 2023. You can call me to make a password. For me, I will just say 6, capital letter 6, okay? All the others, I and S is the 6. Then June, capital J, U-N-E, at 2023. I won't forget because that's my birthday, okay? I will just say that is something that anybody cannot think of because we cannot think of that. That's what we call strong word. One, it has capital letter. It has small letters and it has symbol. That is what we call strong password. Can you move on? So if you want to do your password, just form it and then just come and change it. It's probably in the ICC or you can change it yourself. Now, paying school fees in this university is a must. If you don't pay school fees, it's more or less you are not a student at that session. But if you pay school fees and you don't do course registration, it's as if you have dashed university your money. It's not, that's why I said this is another school. For you to know, this is another school. It's not a primary school. If you have paid your school fees, you have no problem. If you have paid your school fees in secondary school, you can do everything. But if you pay your school fees here and don't do course registration, you have dashed your money for that section. No problem. It's a choice. I can register, I did not register. This is another school. You may decide to spend another 1 year in that class. It's a choice. So if you don't do course registration, it's as if you are not enrolled for that session. So after you have paid your school fees, then do your enrollment by course registration. On this course registration, I want you to listen very well. That's why ICT is not something that you can be talking when I'm talking. If you talk, then you will be talking when I will be listening. That is the meaning. But I'm talking now for you to listen. But one day you will come to me that you will be talking, I will listen to you. That is why, please, I'm begging you, try to listen to what I'm saying. When you are doing your course registration, your department, they are the one to give you what you are going to register for. It's not that this is what they register for, this is what they did, this is what they did. It's different. Let your course advisor give you what you are going to register for. Those guys, Shala, they say we are going to register for this. Listen to your course advisor through your HOD. Okay? They will give you what you are going to register for. Don't just go to motion guide. I'm in chemistry, register me. I'm in agric, register me. They will register rubbish for you. At the end of the day, for you to remove a course, after you have closed the portal, I will tell you the process. Let me continue. So make sure you listen to your course advisor. They will give you what you are going to register. Write it down. Write those courses down. Then go straight to your portal. I want to advise, don't use your phone to register. Most of you say you want to use your phone to register. If you know how to use your phone very well, I'm not talking of Yahoo now. Okay, I'm talking about how to do a serious job with your phone. If you know how to use your phone very well, no problem. But some of you say you have registered, and then the day you say, I don't know what happened, maybe it's deleted, or I don't see it. So if you know how to use your phone very well, just go to a place, let them do all the personalization, check it before this. When you know when you want to do your jam, you went to a cyber cafe, you went to some place or a civic center. When they finish the session, they not submit. They ask you, should we submit? Come on, girl. I see why, but I never know. So then when you know you have to confirm before you submit for jam, it's not easy to change that. That is not easy to change here too. Then you can see you will be used to this thing for the rest of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. It depends on your year of process. Go back. I want to pass. So you can see you want to do your concentration. That's the one at the last. For security, for library, I think you have been using this one now, right? Yes, no problem. Everyone. So now, leave of absence. In university, you don't just go, I'm sick, I won't come to school tomorrow. You know, in secondary school, your child will be saying, if just see you in school, why are you not in school? In university, nobody will ask of you. You have to tell us that I'm not going to be in school. You cannot just leave school without informing your HOD. Your HOD is your lawyer as far as this university is concerned. You don't just leave university without permission. That is why, permission maybe you are sick for a semester or for a session. You have to get a doctor's report ascertained by our health center before you proceed. When you want to go, you seek for what we call leave of absence. Okay? Leave of absence. You go online and put it there. I want to leave the university. Until you seek the approval of the vice chancellor, because there is a routine from you to your HOD. Your HOD will ascertain from your HOD. Set time of me. My DJ is like the letter. As I'm saying. So no, because of you. So from your HOD to your team, the team will recommend, all of them will start recommending to the TBC account. That's our mama. And then she will not give approval that you can proceed. If you go without approval of the TBC and the vice chancellor, you are on your own. It means you are fault. Number one, your money has gone. Number two, you are going to retake that class and then you can never come to the university. If you leave university for 2 academic sessions without approval, it's automatically withdrawn from the university. That is, it's more or less you have withdrawn yourself from the university. That is why that go and understand what we call leave of absence. And when you are coming back, you cannot just go to the class and be taking lecture like we used to do in secondary school and primary school. You have to restate yourself. You have to get an approval to restate you back to the university. So please understand, because some of you just go to the university, you don't know. So anytime you want to leave, take permission. Please don't go. You can see if you commit any crime, I think they have said that suspension. They can suspend you. If you cheat in the exam, they will suspend you. So everything will be showing on your portal as you are going. Please, courtesy is expulsion. Can you move, please? So let me talk about CBT. I think you are used to CBT now. 100 level and 200 level courses is compulsory CBT. Okay? Please make sure you register. If you don't register, you cannot do CBT exam. It means you cannot do any exam. Both CBT and paper, you have to register. Then we have talked about the library. If you want to access the library, there is LMS, you are using LMS now. That is still, right? Okay, I can understand because you don't have matric number. But we are going to do something for you within this week for you to have access to it before your matriculation in the place of God. We'll work on that. So this is how you are going to see it on your, I think we have done it already. This, you have not seen this one now. Okay, I think some of you will have been seeing this thing now. But a lot of you will see it later. So this is your LMS. Okay, you have to download it on your phone. Okay, Microsoft Teams, download it on your phone. Then use that LMS email and the password you see there to log in to your LMS class. So I think the time is up. I have to continue. Okay, thank you very much. Well, let me tell you something. Do your course registration. Any courses that you see D, let me show you. C means compulsory, E means elective, R means required, and D means deleted course. 1. Compulsory is 40 pass mark. It depends. Law 50. Okay. Medicine 50. Let us leave it for general. The general is 40 marks. If it is required course, it is 30. You must get 30 in that course. Else you are not good. If it is selective, if you register for it and you get 0, you still go. Okay. But if they put D, if you see any course they put D, it means that course is deleted. It's not meant for you. It's an old course. So when you see it, don't click it at all. Don't register it for yourself. Are you with me? If you see any course that they put D, it means it's a deleted course. It's not for your class. We have some people that will carry course. Okay, in university, we call it outstanding courses or carry-over courses. So if you fail a course, you have to carry it over.
Great, very well. Great Nigerian students. Alright, I love the morale. Briefly, I'll be talking to you this afternoon on the importance of the Olayinka Guidance and Counseling Center, as well as some antisocial behaviors you need to avoid as a student all through your stay in this institution. But before I proceed to talk about that, I want you rather to have a brief insight on what guidance and counseling is. Guidance actually is derived from the word to guide. It means to direct. So in the layman terms, you can simply say guidance and counseling refers to the process of helping people who are in problems to resolve their problems. And as well, also helping people, guiding them to avoid falling into problems. So there are a number of challenges facing students, especially new students, that requires guidance and counseling. And for a number of you, after your registration, how many of you have done your GNC registration? You have done your guidance and counseling registration. Let's see your hands. Okay, almost all of you. But it's amazing that after your registration, for a number of you, we don't see you at the center anymore. And that's very wrong. Because guidance and counseling is very, very important for you. Because one, it's actually two-faced. It has two sides. On one hand, it is to help you, to guide you, to direct you, so that you don't fall into problems in this institution. And on the other hand, it is to help you if you are actually falling into a problem, you are facing a challenge. Guidance and counseling is very, very necessary to help you resolve those challenges. As students, I'm sure about 90% 90% or let's say 80% of you, this is your first time giving your parents true or false? True or false? True or false? Okay, the truth have it. Yes, so about 90% of you, this is the first time for you to leave your parents. Your parents have been the ones guiding you, telling you what to do, but now for the next 4 to 5 years, depending on the program you're running, you will be the one making decisions for yourself. You have to live alone. And for some of you, you have never experienced life as this, like as it is now, and you need guidance to actually go through without falling into problems. Because a number of students, they visit the counseling center for mandatory counseling. Why? Because they went into problem and the student disciplinary committee had to refer them to us. But I don't want that for you. You don't need to wait till that time where the institution mandates you to come for counseling. You can actually visit us. We've had series of students who come, ranging from those who are having issues coping with their academics, those who don't know how to draft a proper timetable, those who are performing poorly academically, and when they come, they are actually guided. And let me tell you a secret. I'm the university counselor, and when you come, I'll be the one to attend to you most of the time. And for those of you that are actually aspiring to bag a first class degree, the person talking to you right now is actually a first class degree holder. You actually get the secret from the right source, okay? Put your hands together for yourselves.
Hello, please, the DVC card also made in first class.
Put your hands together for our mommy. Alright, please, let's put our hands together for our Deputy Vice Chancellor. Okay, so there are 3 major areas that we attend to at the counseling center. 3 major areas where we provide counseling: educational, vocational, and personal social. Under the educational, we actually provide counseling to students on anything that has to do with your education, your academics. It ranges from you coping with your studies. I remember having a client that should be late last year. This student, whenever she steps into our faculty, she starts having panic attack. It was that serious. She starts sweating, difficulty breathing. So she was having panic attack, and she was referred to the center by her friend. And when she came, when I started interacting with her, I realized that the reason for the panic attack was because she was not actually prepared for the exam which was forthcoming. So when she steps into the faculty, that tension actually made her to start having panic attack. And I sat her down, we drafted a study timetable, and when she started implementing the things we discussed, she realized that even those courses she was thinking they are so difficult that was making her have panic attack when she gets to the faculty, she realized that they were so simple. So some of you don't really know what to do, the right thing to do. That's why you actually need guidance. So please, let your registration not be the last thing that will take you to the counseling unit. Another area in which we offer counseling is in the area of vocational counseling. Now, I remember I believe the Dean of Students has mentioned that for those of you that want to work while schooling, there's opportunity for you. I know some of you are the ones funding your education, you are doing some menial job just to raise money to pay for your fees, and you might not know how to manage your time so that while you are working, it doesn't affect your studies. So if you need assistance, you need guidance in that area, do well to visit the counseling unit and you will be helped appropriately. The third area in which we offer counseling is personal social counseling. Like I said earlier on, this is your first time for many of you leaving your parents. Some of you might have to stay in the hostel with a roommate who might be dirty, some of them might be noisy, and you are finding it difficult to cope with your roommates, So visit us at the center. Having talked about all of this, what then are some of the reasons why students don't go for counseling? Number one, lack of proper knowledge, and that's why I'm here to enlighten you. I remember hearing the lecturer saying that I pray you don't have reasons to go for counseling, and I had to reject that prayer on behalf of those persons listening. I said, sir, that's actually wrong, because everybody needs counseling. There's nobody on earth that does not need counseling. Even the counselor needs counseling. So, at some point in time, you might be having issues, difficulty, you are in a dilemma, you don't know the right step to take, you need counseling. So please, don't let anybody fool you that those who go for counseling, they are abnormal people. That's wrong, you know. People who go for counseling are people who know what they want, and they know that in order to get what they want, there is a procedure, there are persons that they can talk to who will offer them guidance. So another reason why students don't go for counseling, they feel they can't pay for it. Now, let me tell you, counseling in OOU is 100% free. Tell your neighbor, free of charge. Counseling is for free. You don't have to pay any money. Just come to the center and you will be attended to. If you are clapping, clap for the school authorities. Now, another reason why students don't go for counseling, they feel that receiving counseling is a sign of weakness. I believe I've talked about that. It's not a sign of weakness. In fact, it portrays great strength. Another reason, some students feel OU is too small, and if they talk to somebody, everybody will get to know about what they discuss. No, in counseling, one of the ethics guiding us in the counseling profession is confidentiality. So whatever you discuss in the counseling room remains confidential, except there are cases where it involves suicide and there's a life-threatening incident. So that's why we divulge, so that the life of the client can be preserved. But aside that, everything you discuss is kept confidential. All right, now my time is almost up. So let's quickly look at antisocial behaviors. Now, what are antisocial behaviors? They are behaviors that violate social expectations in a particular environment. You are in the campus environment and there are codes of conduct. There are particular ways you are expected to behave. And if you go outside of these codes of conduct, you act the way you want to act, you behave anyhow, it attracts punishment. So there are some behaviors that you need to avoid as students of Olayinka University. Number one, examination malpractice. What did I say? I've had a lot of students when they are mandated to come for counseling, and I asked them, why did you choose? They said they were naive. I believe you won't come, I won't see your face because you want to come for mandatory counseling, you come for something better, okay? Now, they tell me, oh, I was just naive, I didn't know what happened. Of course, you knew what happened, they knew what happened. So please, examination malpractice, if you are caught involving in examination malpractice, it attracts punishment. You might have to be suspended for some semesters, and I believe you don't want that. Examination malpractice is an antisocial behavior that you must avoid as a student of Olayinka University. Cultism. If you are caught involving in or ganging up with cultists, you might be expelled from the institution. Vandalism, like scattering of school properties, destroying school properties, you must avoid it. Stealing. During the last orientation, when I was talking to the students, I remember a student mentioned to me that her gas was stolen. Another one told me that during the holiday, they broke into a hostel and they carried some of my things. So please, if you are involved in such acts and you are caught stealing, you will be punished. You might even be expelled from the institution. So please, you should not involve in such a thing. Sexual promiscuity, what we call prostitution. Please, involving yourself in such practices. As I conclude, because my time is up, I want you to know that everybody at every point in time, at different points in time, needs counseling. And counseling is not a sign of weakness, rather it portrays great strength. And as students of Olayinka University, I implore you to please make good use of the counseling unit so that you don't fall into problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, that was a very interesting topic. Everybody needs counseling, yes. It may be counseling about your academic performance or your emotions, your experiences. Feel free to go to the counseling center. Then the second topic on sex and drug and other antisocial activities. You must make sure that you don't get involved in all those things. She mentioned that if you get involved, you will be punished. It's not that punishment, though. You will be sent out of this university. I need to tell you that. Yes, we have a committee that we call Student Disciplinary Committee. Once you get involved in examination malpractice, you have to face that. You will know, they will invite you, SPC. And as your entry, they will give you gown. That is they're showing you the way out. So you want to graduate before your time, so you will wear the gown, academic gown. And yes, because once you are found guilty, it depends on the level of malpractice. If it is cheating in the class, maybe you are caught with microchips, you know it, microchips. You go back home for 2 semesters, right? And you know your neighbors will be asking, so who is still at home? Are they on holiday? I say, actually, I'm just around for now. You will go back home for 2 what? 2 semesters. If it is focused on, what do we call it now? Writing exam for another person. Impersonation, you go back home for 4 semesters, 2 years. Yes. You go back home for 2 sessions, 4 good semesters. And so it's better you stay clear. Don't get involved in any antisocial activity. Don't go to exam with your phone. Even if the phone is not working, you can prove it to us. I just collected it on my way to the exam. In fact, there was no battery in it. The rule says, don't come to exam or with phone, whether the phone is working or it's not working. Please listen and listen carefully. Once you are caught, no excuse, I forgot it. I'm sorry, I didn't use it. I didn't bring it out. It's not even working. Nobody will listen. So go back and read your students, your code of conduct very well. The rule is, don't come into exam with phone, whether it is working or not. Those of you who are not boys want to experiment. Yes, sexual abuse. And you want to experiment. Maybe you have been in the hostel for all these past 6 years. Now you are free. You feel that the girls are available. And the girl is telling you are not interested. Why will you not be interested? Once you are caught, yes, engaging in sexual violence, you are gone. You expulsion, sprays, you will go. You don't want anything that will tarnish the image of this university. So, no sexual violence, no sexual abuse, no physical abuse. You must be very, very careful. These things are very, very important. And those of you also want to experiment with drugs. I learned that girls also smoke. Once you are caught with drug, you will be sent back home. Yes. Olayinka University. Here, men of character and great knowledge are what I produce. That's the thing. That's our accent. We produce men of character and sound knowledge. Not touts, not roads, not drug addicts. So you must learn to behave yourself very well. Thank you very much. Now we will take a few questions on ICT and importance of the counseling sector and then the issue of antisocial behavior. Raise your hands up if you have any question. We are just taking 4. Let me see the hands. Please, could you please stand up and come outside?
Okay, good afternoon. My name is.
Give those who have not asked questions opportunity. Close, madam. Please go back. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, my name is Abdulrahman. I'm from the Department of Geology. So, my question goes to the ICT. Geology. So, my question goes to the ICT. When we went to our department, that's for Earth Science. So we spoke to our level advisor and we wanted to show how to fill our coursework. So when we opened the portal, it was saying we should upload our photograph and something like that. So it was like, it is not meant to be so. And I also want to ask, is it that filling of our coursework as a deadline, or it is like close to the examination that it will end, or what? Because we will have to fill the course form and we don't know when it will end.
The director will attempt to that question, but it has an end, definitely. You will be involved. Okay, the next person.
Good afternoon, everyone. The name is Badmus Family Department. Badmus Family Department, Banking and Finance. I want to ask, the ICT, why taking us for granted? Because anytime we have issues online something, like this, I have to my counseling. I've been calling from Debo every day, like 3 weeks. And yet till now, they have not find solution to it at all. They don't find solution to it. My counseling, I have issues with it. I feel everything. And I
counseling for?
Yes. I could submit it. And I've been going there every day, every time. But yet, I find solution to it. So why I take them for granted?
Hello, nobody's taking you for granted. There must be reasons. You will be informed. But that you are coming from the Jebo, there is nobody's fault. You have to look for accommodation here. So you don't harass us that you are coming from the way, all the way from the Jebo. Nobody. You are supposed to come and settle down here. So please, you need to mind your language. Nobody is taking you for granted. They will address that issue. All we need to do is that I've been having issues with my counseling before, and that is all. Not that why are they taking us for granted? You need to mind your language, please. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ayodeji, Department of Fine and Applied Arts. My question is, I paid for my registration course in the technology field. So when I want to apply for the registration course, it's bringing up upload your passports, and there is no direction on how to do that. So I want to ask if there is a way we can actually do that.
Thank you very much. Give it to the next person.
Good afternoon. My name is AGBOOLA, Transport Management. I gained admission last 2 weeks. So the course, they changed my course. Then I have to change it on Jam Portal. After I change it on Jam Portal, I still writing not admitted since 2 weeks ago. And that is delaying me for paying school fees. I've uploaded my class clearance, best certificate, but I'm yet to maybe to pay school fees now.
Thank you. Have you accepted the new course? Look at it. Are you expecting what? Then nobody will give you admission until you accept that new course. And it's not, you see, you should just be, thank you, God. He's going to, that's all I, thank you very much. If we address that, you see, you are privileged that you are even given something, right? The fact is that you did not meet up with the cut-off mark for your first choice. It's not as if they changed my course. Nobody will just change your course arbitrarily. The fact is that you did not meet up with the cut-off mark for the choice course. And the university, as must be giving you another course. You should appreciate that. Not that they change my course and I will not be able to. I want to go.
Standing ovation. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now it's time for the OU anthem to mark the end of the program for today. Thank you very much. Don't move out from there. Wait until the management team and other distinguished personalities at their table move out of the hall.